Bienvenidos, mi gente, and welcome to episode number 3 of yours truly and Galaei truly, CafeConSexo. For those who don't know who Galaei is, we are a queer social justice organization located right here in the heart of Philadelphia, where we offer a number of services for the LGBT and Latino community here in Philly. One of the great things about this organization is that we get to do cool stuff like this show, CafeConSexo. How did CafeConSexo come about? Well, we realize as a staff and as an organization, a lot of us, we like to talk about sex. Why do we like to talk about sex? Because sex is fun, and also sex is important. But one of our main missions here at Galaei is that we believe that all people, regardless of your HIV status, your gender, your sexuality, your race, your income, everyone should have access to, and also just to have in general, a pleasurable, healthy sex life. So CafeConSexo came about because all of us were just sitting around one day, drinking our coffees, bing, bing, and talking about sex. As we mentioned, we're going to try to post a new episode every couple of weeks. I know we had a little bit of a hiatus, but we're back at it again with episode number 3. And as you see, every week I'll be bringing in some new guests, some old faces, and I have 2 new guests for me on this show, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves to you today. So why don't I start over here on my right side?
Oh, okay. Well, my name is David Shannon, and I go to Westchester University.
Westchester in the house.
Westchester. I am 22, about to be 23, so holla for my birthday on February 1st. Clap, clap.
Oh, we got an Aquarius.
Yes, Aquarius. And I'm an intern here at Galaei.
Fantastic. And who do I have over here on my left?
I'm Marta. I am a 22-year-old Bryn Mawr College senior, social major.
Bryn Mawr in the house.
I'm actually an education assistant or intern here at Galaei, so I help work with the youth, and I have the pleasure of working with Dave Shannon over here, whose birthday is coming up.
Awesome. And as you see, so this today is kind of our internet. This is our internet paradise that we're having for us for CafeConSexo. So today's topic is all about one-night stands. All right. Boop 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 boop. One-night stands. It happens to some folks. It hasn't happened to other folks. They can be awkward sometimes. They can be great. They can just be And so I realized that a lot of folks have one-night stands, but there really is no how-to guide when it comes to one-night stands. You know, like what is proper? Like if you're like, you know what, I want to have a one-night stand, I want to go out. Like how do you go about negotiating and establishing a one-night stand? And I think amongst us, for those who are willing to share, have any of y'all had a one-night stand before?
I have not. I've never had a one-night stand. So I'm here with those people who've thought about it, but have never done it.
Fantastic. So we have a newbie, right? A virgin to one-night stands.
Virgin to one-night stands.
Virgin to one-night stands. Yes. I have had a one-night stand before. Mom, don't watch the show. I think I've had maybe a couple of one-night stands before, and I'm in that category of I never know if I'm supposed to call the person the next day, and you run into them at the club, and you're like, hey, what do you do in that situation? What about you, Dave?
I have, and just gotta keep it real. When the situation gets like that, you see them out in the street. Let's keep it real. If the dip was good, then you good. Then you can say hello. But if it was not good and that did not work out the way it should have worked out, and you had problems, you don't say hello. You throw them shade.
So you throw them shade.
You throw them shade.
Do you duck? Do you run?
You say,
turn around?
I'm a little obnoxious at times, especially if I'm a little on. So if I see them, I go and turn right around and keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking. So what you're saying that is the one night stand, if the experience was good, then feel free to say hello. How you doing at the club again? Okay. Is it okay to have another one night stand with them if it was all right, or if one night stands are just for that one night and that's it?
But then is it still a one night stand if you're going back?
Good question.
Yeah, I feel like that sort of changes things. But then if you just hook up with them again and then you really don't see them again or talk to them or text them, then I guess it is another one night stand.
Do you give your numbers to the person you have a one night stand? Is this someone that you
Yeah,
that's a great question.
You've met, you talked to, and then it just happened, or is this something like we just met at the club, we were turned on, we had a few drinks
We
and
were
we
turned
were feeling it, and
what
the
then
kids are
we
saying.
decided to just like take it back home.
How does that
What was
work
your
out?
experience? Like, was it someone you just
I didn't get their number. Yeah, I just met them, and I didn't get their number because I didn't think it mattered. You know, because we knew. I feel like we knew what it was. I guess it's you have to read, you have to know, you have to feel it out. If it feels like it's something that's going to be more, or you feel like your feelings might be something else for this person, then maybe you get their number. But if you wake up the next morning and you're like, could you please leave? I got to shower and go to work. Then you don't need their number.
Absolutely. And that's also another etiquette question for one night stands. What do you do the next morning? Do you tell them, do you have like a cutoff time? Like as soon as the sun rises, you gotta go? Or
Really?
do you
That's-
even
Right,
let them
you stay.
Absolutely, right?
That's the
Do
truth,
you even
honey.
let them stay over? I know when I had one night stand, this person was trying to get me to spend the night, and I was like, oh, no, it's all right. I got my car outside, like, bye. Like, I was not trying to spend the night at all. So what's the etiquette? What do you think? YouTube world. Go hashtag, all right, CafeConSexo. You'll see it at the bottom here. All right, find us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. We want to know what's the etiquette for getting somebody out of your crib or wherever you at.
Or do you leave? Do you stay?
Or do you
Right.
leave? Do you stay? Like, how do you negotiate that, right? Because I heard that if you start to cook them breakfast and you making them pancakes, then it's not a one night stand
No.
anymore. You bring in.
That's a relationship.
That's
you
a
cooking.
That's a relationship status, right? What do you all think of? How do you negotiate like a one night stand? Like, what are your reasons to why you feel like you haven't engaged in a one night stand? Is it because you don't know the person? Is it because you're like, I'm gonna keep things separate? Like, what's been your reasons behind it, like that?
The not knowing.
The
The
not
fact that, like, if I don't know you, like, I've actually, like, obviously I dance, I like to party, and I've had my moments where I'm like, yo, if I knew you, I would definitely go home with you. But the thing is, like, I'm deathly afraid of STDs, STIs, and the whole nine.
Absolutely.
And I just don't know what people have. So that's what freaks me out. Like, I've thought about it. Obviously you have those moments. You're at the club or the party or whatever, and you turned on, and you're just
Right.
like, yo,
Hey.
like
Right.
you're grinding, and you're holding my hips at the right space and everything, and it's just like, but no.
That's really real,
But no,
right?
but no.
That's so real. I think like the not knowing, I should say, of that person, their individual, especially their sexual health history, right? You just don't know. And some people, they refrain from one night stands because they just don't know.
And some people, you just know that they get around, and it's like, some people are really great dancers, but you just can't take them home. You can't take them serious, and that's okay.
That's
you use them with
that's
what
just
you
real.
need,
That's
and
real.
you keep it moving.
One suggestion that I've often seen happen sometimes as somebody who works in the field. I know some folks who have come into our testing site, and it's been when we do our late night testing, and they come home, they come to the place with somebody that they picked up at the club because they're like, you know what, I'm ready to get it on. I need to know this person's status, and they'll actually test with them right there. Some people feel comfortable doing that, and we actually encourage that because it's like, you want to pop in, get tested, and that's why we offer a lot of late night testing here at Galaei, over at the Washington West Project on 12th and Locust. On Thursday nights we do it. Come in, get tested, know your status. Dave, if you see somebody that you're like really, really feeling, how do you negotiate one night stand? Because one of the things that I always say is that I feel really awkward at the club, so I'm like horrendous at picking people up. Like I'm all about like vibing and energy, so like I can never smooth talk. Also clubs, it's really loud. Like how do you smooth talk that you know what? You're like, I'm gonna have sex with this person. How do you go about doing that? Is it just a mutual thing? What happens?
For me, and I've seen it to other people, it can be simple as a look. Like you said, they're on their hips. It's like everything is in place. The universe is on track. You're feeling on track. You look at them. Their eyes is glossed. They're saying, let's go. You can see your door opening up in their eyes.
Glossy
You already
eyes.
know what it is. It's like, it's almost, I feel like it can almost be unsaid. Like, you know what? I already know what I want. I see it. I feel it. It's game.
Has it ever happened to you where like you bring a person home with the intentions of having a one night stand, and then like all of a sudden they like get scared and they're like, what do you do in that situation? Like my pants are halfway down, homie. Like what happened? Like no, there's nobody. What about you, YouTube world? What's been horror stories with like one night stands that like have happened to y'all? Because I've heard a lot of things that have gone down. We want to know, what's your horror stories?
Right.
How do you go about negotiating that one night stand? Do you say, hey, like, let's do it? Like, I like the gloss in the eye. I will say that I've noticed that there's a certain glaze that can body over somebody's eye when they're ready to lay it down. Do a little.
You
say
right.
I'd be like, no,
you
child,
walk.
no.
She said she walks.
You have
She
to,
said no, baby.
I'm like, I'm scared, so I'm just like, oh, let me avoid it. I avoid
There's
eye
a look.
contact.
She avoids eye contact. She avoids the glossy look in the eyes because she sees that she's like, let me go get some here.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Any other final tips
like
for one night stands?
My final tip is have discernment and don't be stupid and look and feel and read. Read that person. It's not hard to read. Look at that person up to down. Notice how they're wearing, how they're dressed, how they're acting. Read.
But what if
read.
it's too dark?
Well, you better get in some light and you better read.
Listen, cell phones have a bunch of lights, so like,
Let me get your number.
Right.
hold it up.
Sight, and you put it to the face.
Right
check.
there.
You see the acne? Check.
You
check,
see,
check.
everything's good, everything's good. I definitely, those are great tips. I think I would say, same thing, like, negotiate, like, what your own boundaries are. Like, make it clear to the person. So, yeah, we did this, but if you want that person to leave, feel free to be like, so I'm going to call you a cab right now.
Right.
Like, they're not going to get offended. Like, be like, I'll call you a cab right now, it's fine. If you want them to stay, let them know, hey, you can stay here. You know, I've been like, yeah, stay, it's super late, we've both been drinking, like, just wait till the morning, whatever. Let them know, like, you, especially if you're inviting them in your place, in your house, in your space, definitely. Again, like I mentioned, y'all can get tested if you want to get tested too beforehand. I know some folks, they also do that. And for Martha, for those who, like, want to dodge and swerve, right, who haven't done the one night stand, what's some dodging and swerving tips that you would recommend?
Find your friends.
Find your friends.
If you have your friends and they know you ain't about that life, they will come find you and take those hands. Because I know my friends drag me when I'm in that situation where the guy's trying to get my number and I'm really not trying to give it out, or they really want to follow us. Like, I'll take you home. You know, my friends are like, no, I'm sorry, I don't know you. I don't know who you are, so I'm going to take my girl home. Do that. And girls or guys or whatever, if you see your friend in an awkward situation like that and they're giving you the death stare, like, come save me, save them.
Save them.
Amen,
go with
sister.
your friends. I really like
Save
that.
them, sister.
Know who your homies and your peoples are. Let them know. Give them the bird call. I know I give my friends a look where, like, if I'm dancing and I feel somebody's, like, feeling me, but I may not be feeling them, like, I give my friends the, help me out. And so my friends will start to do, like, the booty popping on, like, on me. And then you just, I just kind of swerve.
And you swerve off, yes. That's how
it.
you do it.
Dancing's all, you know, just do it that way.
She swerved.
Perfect.
Or you start
Perfect.
pushing away.
As Dave mentioned, gloss in the eyes. Read the person. If somebody feels or looks shady, trust your gut. Don't do it. Use protection.
Amen.
Condoms. Oral sex. Dental dams. Gloves for folks. You guys can make things sexy in the bedroom. I was about to say 60 in the bedroom. Well, if you having sex like you in the 60s, you know everybody was like, hey ho. Yes, use protection, use condoms, dental dams, gloves, all of those things. And like I said, if you want the person to go home, send them home. Don't be shy to do that. And let us know, Facebook world, Twitter world, Instagram world, all of that. Don't forget to follow us at CafeConSexo. You'll see it right down here. It's going to say CafeConSexo. Let us know, what are your horror stories with one-night stands? What are your tips? What are good ones? Yeah. Have you had awesome one-night stand experiences? We definitely want to know what your awesome one-night stand experiences have been. Remember, my name is Nikki. You can find us every couple weeks right here at Galaei's YouTube page or CafeConSexo. I want to thank my guests. I want to say your name again.
David.
Martha, the one night stand virgin. You left her in. I
love saying that.
Catch us every couple weeks right here. We got a new topic. We're always going to be talking about sex with the coffee cups. We have a fun time. Stay safe, get tested, and know your status.